God. Oh, why is it so... Oh my god. Where did I change the encoding? That's so whack. Hello. Encoding.
Huh. Nice.
Actually, no, you know what?
Do you watch any YouTubers play Valorant? I watch a lot of Noted. I
Uh,
watch Tens. What else? I watch.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna play some Surviving Mars.
All right,
Watch
that's fine.
stream if you wanna
Y-
watch me play. Yeah, so I'm just doing Surviving Mars. Surviving more. No, that's Warframe. No, Warframe. Shut. Okay. Warframe? Wait. Actually, alright, so the first tree is a game that I actually tried recording, but due to multiple recording fails, I've decided to not make a series on YouTube about it. But by the way, if you want check out my YouTube channel, because no one is watching, um, hmm. Alright. There we go. Alright. Continue. How is that? This game requires absolutely... The music is fire though. I have played this level before, I just don't remember anything about it. So, yeah. Type something in chat if you wish.
My teenage years were full of sketching, angst, and trouble. I wasn't popular or unpopular. Maybe just forgettable. I guess that gave me a sense of freedom, so I hung out with crazy kids, doing crazy things, even though I mostly just watched the chaos ensue. We did it all. Put fireworks in mailboxes, hide roadkill in people's garages, break windows of the barber shop in Anchorage. My dad was furious, but he was so busy working he couldn't do much to stop me from going out.
I think being an adult means there's no one to stop you making hard decisions. He had to make a living, and he couldn't be in two places at once.
Yeah, I realize that now. But at the time, I was sure he was more interested in growing his business than what was going on with me.
Sorry, the travel speed on this is pretty slow. By the way, I don't have my webcam on because I have actually it sounds like people are really watching.
He was working another late night, and my friends were over, saying how bored they were and how they had come all the way out to my house for nothing. One of them mentioned how that old, ugly beyond belief truck was still in the garage, and how we should take it for a spin. I was only 15, so I kind of fought it for a while. The next thing I knew, we were careening around the mountain path, rocks spitting onto the sides of the cliff, while my dad's cringeworthy bluegrass blared out the speakers. I drove while my friends were in the back of that yellow and purple truck, throwing beer bottles and trash at anything remotely interesting. Felt like I was soaring in the air with borrowed wings. But all good things have endings. A cop outside of Eagle River pulled us over after he saw us send a bottle rocket into someone's yard. What followed was a long night of talking to disappointed adults and feeling smaller than ever.
This music is amazing. Wow, I could not use this. So I think what I'm gonna do is have some games stream only, and have some games do both. Like Warframe, I'm debating whether or not I should make. I'm debating whether or not I should make Warframe videos, but Surviving Mars, definitely trying to finish that as a series. What else? If you're watching, please just leave a just leave a message in the chat. Leave a message in the chat. Oh, shut. Leave a message in the chat. Oh, see, I didn't even. People say this game isn't worth the money, but I got it for free, so that's a joke's on them. I mean, this is a very surreal experience for the first story game that I have ever played, so I don't really want to say much. And by the way, I have absolutely no experience in terms of story games, but you know, it's a very chill game, but it's a lot of open world and there's no set path. Which is what Geronimo! Hello, my two viewers. Want to say hello? Oh, frick. No, come back, no, come back, please. Pretty please, pretty please, pretty please. So, I'm talking about. He's downstairs, he's downstairs and he's 90 pounds. Oh my god, and I don't want to carry him out, and I'm gonna break my back and stuff. Okay, so there's something to dig there. I will investigate that later. Yeah. Alright, fine, I'll investigate it now. How about the stars are really doing anything? The point isn't the stars, it's just to get the digs and find what you gotta do when it gets to the right place. This is a very long game because it's open world.
After he drove me home from the police station, I blew up at him, saying how I never wanted to be like him, how I was gonna be someone and leave that hick icebox for good. He just looked forward at the road with tired eyes. I took out that bluegrass tape from the cassette deck and chucked it out the window. In my sage teenage wisdom, I thought I had proved the ultimate point, but my dad had a different idea. He slammed the brakes, slowly bowed his head while gripping the steering wheel, and finally looked at me. All he said, like it was a polite request, was, "Make this right." I sat there in silence, fuming, but I eventually got out and combed every square inch of the woods, muttering profanity after profanity. I found it 30 minutes later, near a small waterfall off the road. I went back to the truck, put the wet tape back in, and sure enough it worked. We didn't speak another word to each other the rest of the night.
Wow, I knew you were a crazy teenager, but
It's hard to believe, isn't it? It surprises me too. It's like I didn't really know who that kid was back then. I bet my dad thought the same thing over and over. It's almost like he was saying, "Make this right," to himself, more than to me.
Didn't need to do that. What did I just do? What have I done? What have I done? I brought the butterflies into the water. Monster. I'm ruining the mood, am I not? Ooh, butterfly. I didn't need to. Very well designed. Alright, let's waddle all the way there.
My friends would laugh about that night and talk about how crazy it was, and I laughed along, pretending it didn't bother me. But it did. I imagined my friends growing old in the bush, unable to find that thrill in those godforsaken ice fields. It's like those mountains were a literal wall, keeping me from leaving, where all I would have to look forward to are lumber yards and evening beers. I had to climb over. That was my only goal for a long time. If there was some way I could take my love of drawing and turn it into a way of escape, nothing would make me happier. I wanted to create instead of tearing trees down. I wanted to move to the lower 48, not because I hated it there in Alaska, but I hated the idea of it. It's like all of that spite inside me had created this monster which followed me around my whole teenage years. I put so much energy into doing what others didn't expect of me. Why did I do that?
There's one fact you're forgetting, though. If you didn't have that fire in you, we probably would have never met.
You're absolutely right. Maybe the destination is all that matters in the end. Then why am I awake? Why am I seeing this fox go on her journey? And why can't I stop thinking about my dad?
Alright, that is one level. Took me 15 minutes. Just trying to make sure it's not lagging. Oh, this level. Oh boy. Alright, so I remember this level because I would have to travel towards the sun and then back to where I am, and to find a rock. You will notice I have played up to this level before, and then I didn't do anything after that as we started recording, and then
Even at my most distant, at the times when I detested him the most, he kept reaching out. For a year straight, he asked me every week when we were going camping. I thought he was just dense. Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block campfire at the site we'd always used behind the house. We walked down the mountain path, talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window. I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet, or how those massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set, my dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6. I hadn't even carved it. My dad had helped me, but I still called it my tree. Something about seeing my name there made me open up, and we talked about everything that night in that old camouflage tent. I told him how much I loved sketching and design, and how it would be a dream to study architecture in Seattle. I told him how I didn't get along with my friends much anymore, but that I didn't mind being alone. He told me he was there for me, and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a tree to finally get me to talk, he would have left me carved logs with novels on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why it took me that long to realize it, but it was then I knew how much he had sacrificed for me. My dad built a lot of stuff in his free time. If he wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom Clancy novels, he was carving something. He made tons of birdhouses. Not that he was into bird watching, but I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own house, you would have to settle with watching birds move into their little homes. We kept an old mattress in the bed of that ugly yellow truck, so we would drive it deep into the woods and then watch the birds fly into their houses while the sun set. Usually it was accompanied by venison jerky or a cold Coke, but not a lot of talking, which is how we both liked it.
Tomorrow. Oh. I mean, it's probably very boring to watch me just waddle around, but hey, it's a good game. What can you say? It's a good game. I'm serious. It's a good game if you get it for free. The story is good, but you know, I think the only thing that's wrong with this game is just it's not as how do I say it? It's not as full as most people want it to be. It's very much like it's mostly walking and very little content is actually like this game would have been much shorter if it wasn't for the walking part, but I guess you'd want people to spend time on this game. But then again, they already bought the game. Normally you have already bought the game. Okay. So this is gonna hurt my eye a bit, but jump. See, this is what I'm talking about. Geronimo! Alright, I think that's the last checkpoint before I end, before this one ends. Yeah. Wait, no? Yeah, okay, so I would then have to go to the walk part, and it comes very interesting procedure.
On our property, there were old abandoned pieces of a shed and car long left unused. I used to ask him all the time who those people were that left all this junk, and I'm sure he got so tired of hearing it that he made up some elaborate stories how a brown bear ate them and haunted the woods afterwards. What's funny is I think it made those people seem more real. Growing up thinking they were still hanging out like they couldn't say goodbye. I used to tell my friends how I could swear I saw spirits move near the water, and that always freaked them out. I guess it didn't bother me, because the way I saw it, they were normal people with old cars and sheds, just trying to figure out how to survive and be happy in the middle of nowhere. It was a cool thought that they didn't want to leave, but you know, I was a weird kid.
Well, you had good company since those ghosts like living in a place where they were brutally devoured.
sure I can climb this one. Right? It should let me. No? Frick, what am I missing? Still missing one. I swear I have 3 rocks. Like the first one, the second one, and the third one. That's how math works, right? Yeah, I'm so smart, right?我在直播，等一下啦。Yeah, I missed a lot of stuff here. There aren't a lot of birds. I'm gonna go after I finish this level. This is a lot of free roam, a lot of walking. So like, if there was faster movement speed, it would make this game so much more enjoyable. I'm saying this game is unenjoyable, but it's. Did I miss that? Wow. That's amazing. So I was right that I had to walk all the way here.
We were happiest underneath the evergreens. We decided it was time to finally map out the hundreds of acres we lived on just to pass the time during the summer. He was only free in the evenings, so I would spend the day wasting time on dial-up internet and sketching, and then we would rush into the woods, pen and map in hand, before evening fell. Sometimes the aurora borealis would cast a cold green glow on the mountainside, and we would finish our route underneath a twilight sky. Sometimes I was lonely during those summer days, but there was comfort in the routine.
A lot of teenagers aren't looking for the daily grind, though. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get out, to leave your childhood home. You wanted to progress, to make something of yourself.
Yeah, you're right. That house. I'm sure it's the same as how I left it. But then why does it feel so different?
I doubt you're the only adult to have looked back and asked that question.
So the one person that's watching me is probably AFK. It's good to know that then. Alright. And yes, I just got lost. How do I get up? I hope this music isn't copyrighted. I mean, I'm just gonna post like by like Twitch stream only. I'm probably like uncut streams only. Back to the front part. I can't go there? That's so... How am I supposed to make it up here? What the frick? Alright, whatever. Ah. I could have went under. I probably could have, but that is besides the point. Let's just waddle our way to the front part and do a bunch of tumbling. I think there's a cutscene at the front in that part, but there's just too much dialogue for it. Like, okay, no. Now, if you have watched me play Warframe, which you probably haven't, considering how little views I get, I get lost really easily. I think we should try over that direction. I'm kind of scared that I am lost. Let's see, where's the cabin? Oh, there we are. The twigs are falling down. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, this is the cutscene, and I will shut up.
The perpetrator stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong. My dad is dead, and he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry for everything.
So yes, we're just gonna leave her chat like that. Oh, whoa, where are we going? Wow, she just disappeared. Keep missing. Now, like, if you think about it, this looks pretty steep. So I'm afraid of heights. Don't watch this.
I need to go to bed. I just can't talk about this anymore. Good night.
Damn, you're really gonna end it like that? Okay. If I remember correctly, by the end of this path, like by the ledge right there, I will be done. If I'm right, which isn't likely. I have never gone past this, by the way, so after this level is completely unknown territory. This stream is 43 minutes long. Yeah. I will end the stream right there. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. Exit game. Yes. Well, that is all for today. Remember to subscribe, subscribe if you want to. Check out my YouTube channel. Same thing with accept or not, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.